Hi everyone. So for those that are joining, today is episode 6 of Spilling the TikTok Tea, and we've got one of our own clients joining today, Daisy from CLICKIN.IT. So I'm just going to invite her onto the live now. So whilst we're waiting for Daisy to join, if anyone wants to comment their business. You okay?
Come back to front again, don't you?
No? I didn't start it that way. We're just having some technical difficulties, so I'll just take it off.
Oh yeah, just make it really small. Can you put it back in again, or does it not work once it's kind?
Don't know. Sorry guys. Just haven't. I don't think you can.
Okay.
So yeah, today we're going to be talking about how Daisy from CLICKIN.IT has grown her business. Unfortunately, the sticker has gone the wrong way round. So I've just taken that off and invite Daisy. Hi.
Are you lovely? You okay?
Yeah, thank you. How are you?
I am good. I am good.
Good. Sorry, we just a little bit late. We've just had some technical difficulties, but there's always something.
I know. There's always something going on. It's fine. Mental.
So yeah, I was just saying to everyone that today we're going to be talking about how you have grown CLICKIN.IT to almost 150,000 followers, taking everyone on that type of journey. I've got some questions on your tips for growth for other business owners. So if you want to start by introducing yourself and CLICKIN.IT to everyone who's watching.
Okay, so CLICKIN.IT, I'm Daisy. I'm the co-owner. I own CLICKIN.IT with my brother Charlie, and we specialise in imported confectionery. So USA candy, Japanese, Canadian, you name it, we try and get it. And yeah, that's who we are. And social media has obviously elevated us to the levels that we're at now.
Fab. Sorry, I'm just getting my notes up. Hello. Fab. So when for those that are watching, we are Morgan Brandon, if you don't know already. We are a TikTok and marketing agency, and this is our series Spilling the TikTok Tea, where every Tuesday we go live with another business owner and talk about how they have been successful on TikTok. So if you're ready, Daisy, we'll just jump straight into the questions.
Let's go.
Fab. So when did you start CLICKIN.IT, and when did you actually create the TikTok account in comparison to that?
So the business was founded the back end of 2019. TikTok came much later. So TikTok really only took off for us the beginning to the middle of 2021.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, my mom told me to go on TikTok of all people. Like, missing a trick, and I had to put the app on my phone. And we literally just, went live one day, and the next thing you know, you've got 10,000 followers. It's like, oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like sweet businesses and things like that work so well on TikTok as well, like especially going live and things like that. So we'll come on to lives and things in a little bit, because I know that you've had some problems with lives. So my next question was, what inspired you to start TikTok? So obviously your mum said, you need to get TikTok, but what was kind of the reason that you thought it was an appropriate platform for you?
Because everybody was on the hype. It was the middle of lockdown. I don't think many people had anything to do, did they? And they sat at home creating videos. So everybody was on TikTok, no matter what you looked on, no matter what platform you was on. It was TikTok this, TikTok that, look at this trend, look at that. And so we had to. But Anna, I will point out at this point, there is no secret, as you know, I've said it to you, I am not a content creator, and I am not a pro at social media marketing.
Yeah.
My content is not what it should be, and it's not what it could be. So if we can do it, I genuinely believe anybody can.
Yeah, I think like when, obviously for those who don't know, me and Daisy had a strategy call last January, I think, so a year ago now. And that was kind of one of the struggles that you spoke about then, like, not knowing exactly how to create the best content, not having the time maybe to create the best content. I think something that you struggled with at the time was trying to like find the trends each week to use and come up with all different ideas. But still, you've now got 150,000 followers, and you know you've built this great community of people that are actively buying and you know asking people, oh, can you video my order? I'm order 157.
It's exciting, and Anna, how embarrassing that a year down the line I still haven't had the time to do what I'm doing. Believe me, it's the number one on my 2023 goals. However, I think because it's made us that busy, and we're only a small business, as the majority of people are on TikTok, we haven't got loads of staff. I can't spend on what I literally do everything from replying to emails, paying the wages, and packing orders.
Yeah.
So I've never made it a priority, wrongly really, because it should be. But because we've always had the orders flowing, you don't.
Yeah.
So 2023, believe me, is the focus. But the power of TikTok is overwhelming.
Yeah. And what impact has TikTok had on Clicking It? You know, have you felt the sales coming through TikTok or?
Oh, 100%. No question about it. Now, because my content has lapsed, it has died off. But that's through my fault and not the platform's fault. 110%. So as an example, I don't mind talking figures. I've got it on my calendar behind me. The 18th of March last year, I don't know if you guys will remember, you might do if you're TikTok fans. Remember when that dog barking noise was going viral? For example, right? So we were doing a weekend deal and it was 10 cookies for £1.99. And I literally sat in my chair over there, laid the cookies out over me and barked to a song, right? So thought nothing of it, posted it. All of a sudden, my phone is going off. And I'm like, what? The video went viral, had 600k views. And in turn, we took £14,000
wow,
off the video. Now, that is the power of TikTok.
Yeah.
14 grand in a day due to a TikTok video that's not including our normal sales.
Yeah.
And so you can't deny that TikTok can bring sales.
Yeah, 100%. I think, you know, obviously there is a bit of debate that we often talk about between virality and community, and, you know, small businesses especially have this aspiration to go viral. And then sometimes for the smaller businesses, if they were to go viral or when they do go viral, they actually struggle to then get them sales out because so many people have had, you know, bought the products in such a short period of time that a one-man band can't then have all that stock ready, package all the orders, send them all out within, you know, the next couple of days. So it is, it can be difficult for small business owners when that happens. But obviously, the more kind of prepared you are for that to happen, the better. So were you kind of prepared for like going viral? No,
it is. We'd been posting on the platform a year, 2-3 times a day. And whilst we had a couple of viral-ish videos that brought sales, we hadn't had the big one. So after a year, you kind of think, it's never going to happen. So no, we weren't prepared. And it took us 3.5 weeks to get the orders out. Yeah. And it was absolute chaos. But it was that's why it's marked on the calendar, because it was such a benchmark. Yeah. It was, for us, we always look back to that day. We say, when was that day? And I knew to put it on the calendar because I knew it was a day we'd look back on. But it was fantastic. I mean, we sold out 3 times over. I kept literally ringing my supplier. Can I get more? Can I get more? And they're like, yeah. And we were just letting the orders come in, and we were like, we'll deal with it after. Luckily, we have got a couple of members of staff, and we've got that infrastructure, so we knew we could just call in more staff. But yeah, it's the power is amazing if your content's good, which mine isn't, which is why I've only had one.
No, yours is. We'll talk about that now. So have you kind of got a strategy at all that you follow on TikTok? So like when you think about your posting week or how it will be, is there anything that you particularly do each week, in and out?
Okay, so difficult question, Anna. Of course we have a strategy in the fact of the main thing that we do is box orders up on TikTok. That's the majority of our content. And our customers do love it. You've seen the videos where they're like, you know, box it, box it, box it. So, you know, we know that from a Thursday to a Monday, we need to be posting 2 or 3 videos a day. We'd love to do it every day, just for time management, we don't. So, you know, our strategy is looking at the trending sounds and really just making sure we box up the customers' videos. The strategy is not what it should be. So I don't want to say follow my strategy, because don't. But something we're doing is right, and I don't know what it is. My only strategy of this year is to employ somebody to do it, because I can't.
So I think, like, you know, you're saying, oh, don't have like a proper strategy, but the fact that you know that you could do better, you could have better content. However, the videos that you do post, which are mainly then packaging videos, they work for you. So this is a message that we say to every business that we work with or that follow us. If a video style works for you, do it again, keep doing it, implement, tweak bits, maybe change, you know, test and experiment with it. But once you find something that works, carry it on. You can implement new things as you go. But we've had a question there from Love Writing Co. What's your page called? I'd love to check it out. We're a small business too, so love to support. So Daisy, do you want to answer?
We're Clicking It, so our page is at Clicking It. You'll find us on that. What do you do? Also the same with being so busy TikTok. So it's bad, isn't it? Really. We had a start of year meeting, obviously 2023, we all did, and me and my brother sat down, and I was like, it's always been the back burner for us, and it needs to be the front runner. So I would always do everything in my day, and if I had time at the end of the day, I would then create my content. Now, Anna, working within a marketing agency, is scowling at me, because that should be the complete other way round. It should be content is priority and everything else comes after. So, you know, for me, it's we should make the time, and this year I will be making the time, and it will be my first focus instead of my last focus. I have to.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, the pace that you've been able to grow so far, imagine, you know, if that was your first focus, how much more you could grow, and you know, you could really see a huge potential on TikTok. So I think like something that we always say is, if you're not knowing when you're going to post, what you're going to post, you know, if you've not got a set plan or structure to that, and it comes to the end of the day, you've got to film a TikTok, you might record a random trend that maybe doesn't really link to your business very well, or doesn't get a certain message across. You know, obviously you can grow, and, you know, you can attract the right people. But imagine if you planned all that content out on a Monday, you filmed all the videos, you had a post to go out every day that was strategically planned. You know, the results will probably be higher. So definitely something to consider for those watching.
100%. And I think it's just not being afraid, is it either? Like, you know, 100% the strategy is the ideal. Sometimes putting that into reality isn't the case. So it's also not being afraid to say, I know my content's not the best, you know, my mom has a go now. You know, I was not of the generation that social media and creating content was life. It's not me. I'm not a creative, but I don't shy away from giving it a go. And sometimes the customers love that, because we're not trying to be something we're not. This is us. We're not fancy. And I could name you 4 or 5 of our competitors whose content will blow you away. It's fantastic. But we don't try and be that, because we're not. And I think that's what our customers like about us. You've also got to be unique to yourself and your business. I put a video out there and openly say, as you all know, I'm shit at creating content. We have a laugh with it.
And that's another thing. So although, you know, you do think, oh, I need to be better at content creation, but you've been able to kind of build relationships with people because you're so authentic and you're just yourself on TikTok. You don't put a front up of, you know, being, you know, really invested into the content creation side. You're just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but, you know, something's working, and we'll chat about it. Like your pinned video, I think, is a video of you just saying, right, it's video reply to a comment that said, oh, you have to spend £15 for delivery, and you're just like, I've answered this so many times, but I'll answer it again. And, you know, you're just yourself, and people like that. You know, that's a huge message for people, to just be authentic.
Those videos do the best.
Yeah, if you're pretending to be someone else, you know, people can just see through it.
Yeah. And I think, and I always say that, I call it calling out, and obviously completely not about trying online, but as these small business owners within the chat will know, we get a lot of stick for nothing. And I would never be rude, and I keep it really PG, but I've got no problem in replying to you on video.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Try and understand it from my point of view and my costings. And those videos will always do the best. So somebody will comment saying, I don't know, £6 for this bag of sweets, that's disgusting. And I will reply saying, I appreciate your comment. Here's my costing, and I will list it. And those videos, they always blow up.
Because they're real.
Yeah, because they're real. And, you know, it's easy for people on TikTok to comment that, you know, you're too expensive and you're this and you're that. Well, when you don't hide away from the fact that we're not. Tell them, and they like that. They love a face behind it. One thing Charlie said in our strategy meeting for 2023 was, because Charlie's obviously a main part of the business as well, but they only know me on TikTok.
Yeah.
And obviously we're going to change that moving forward. We're going to bring Charlie in, and we're going to get some help with the content, but that's what they like. I know it sounds daft. I get messages wishing me Merry Christmas and Happy Birthday, and it's lovely. It's like a little community. They're like, oh, Merry Christmas, Daisy. Have a lovely day. And we're just a business. It's not my page. It's not my life, but the community that you build through putting your face on there and through being authentic and through allowing the consumer to get to know you is a much bigger audience.
100%. And that was kind of one of the things that I wanted to talk about, kind of the kind of difference between that community growth on TikTok and in comparison to other platforms. Obviously, Instagram's quite good for community because it's a bit more like personable or through stories and things like that. But the ability to grow a community on TikTok is very high. And, you know, I'm the same. Obviously, I work for an agency, but Morgan Brandon, everyone thinks I'm called Morgan. I'm actually called Anna, you know what I mean? So everyone thinks I am Morgan Brandon, and everyone kind of has this community sense with me, and everyone messages me, you know, Happy Christmas and things like that. And I think people forget that I'm just the face behind a brand of, you know, a huge team, but, well, not huge, there's 10 of us, but, you know, a team. So, yeah, the community feel on TikTok is really good, and it is really important to focus on community before anything else, and being authentic, being yourself, and putting yourself, kind of being vulnerable on TikTok, and just not kind of pretending to be someone. Obviously, having a strategy is important, but you've got to enjoy doing that and feel like, you know, like it's worth it for you as well.
And I think people get consumed. Sorry, Anna, just on that note, people get consumed with the like count, the follower count. And our like count isn't great, and our follower count is decent, because I don't focus on that. I'm very much more about the community rather than how well my videos do. And for us, as I say, that works. You know, I've got customers on TikTok that are on their 70th and 80th order with us that came from TikTok in a year. Amazing. It's bizarre. And, you know, because I run the TikTok, they'll message me, you know, my regulars I follow, Daisy, when's this due in? Daisy, can you get me that? And the community I've got, as soon as I open that app, if they see a product they want, they'll message me, Daisy, can you get this for me? And I've always focused on the community rather than what my like or follower count is. So 100% for me, that is key.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, but small businesses kind of, you know, specifically do focus on those metrics. And if they're not getting as many likes as, say, they're a candle business and they've got a competitor candle business who's getting viral views and things like that, and people get so caught up on what other people are doing that it almost makes it harder for them to grow because they're trying to be, again, someone that they're not. So just posting for you, obviously have goals in mind. If you want to get to 100,000 followers by the end of this year, perfect, let's put a strategy in place to get there. But you don't have to think of every video, you know, if a video's not hit the likes that you, or the views that you want or would expect it to get, you don't need to delete that video, because there could still be, say you posted a video and it's got 200 views, 50 of those people might actually want to buy the product. You know, you never know. So I always say never delete a video because of how it's performed. I literally have never deleted a video. I think I've deleted about one for, you know.
And it's all about the algorithm, isn't it? So, okay, only 200 people saw that video, but because they spent their time to watch the whole video, the next video you post is more likely to end up on their For You page. So by deleting that video, you're potentially losing a view on your next video.
Yeah, exactly. And the more, you know, TikTok, obviously, you post a video, it gets pushed to a group of people. and based on how that group interact determines its future success. So if you've got, let's say on one of your videos, a sweet company, you've got 20 girls that have liked the video that all have similar hobbies and interests, and they've watched the whole video through, and there's 40 boys who like golf that they've not watched it, they've scrolled right past. TikTok will never or will rarely show your content again to people who have similar FYPs to those people that didn't engage, but they will push and push and push to find those people that did and to find replicated versions of those accounts. So it's, you know, there's no point deleting a video because you never know who that can reach.
100%.
I'll just read some of the comments. So Stevie Parnell, I think, said, what's your business called, Daisy? So
Clickin, exactly as it sounds, CLICKINIT.
Mother Cup of Tea said, Anna, your content calendar has been a game changer for me. It's been so helpful. Thank you, Candice. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Love writing, get the price comment a lot too, but it's all in the quality and longevity of the resource for us. So yeah, obviously, when you guys are posting, they sell like resources for young people, like children.
Oh, okay. Technical difficulties. Sorry, carry on.
No worries. So yeah, the price comment obviously for you guys, I assume, would be similar. But just remembering when you do get a hateful comment or a negative comment, you know, like Daisy said, you can either reply to that and explain why the price is that, you know, share a bit of insight onto that, or you can kind of leave it, you know, don't take it personally, don't take it on board. But when you do reply to that comment, people might have been wondering the same thing as, you know, without being negative, just wondering, oh, I wonder why that's so, you know, so expensive. So if you're answering on a video and you're breaking down those costs, it's building your credibility, it's building your trust, and people can, again, relate to you and understand that product a little bit more. So definitely, you know, worth doing without being kind of like negative or anything like that. Leanne said, any tips for myself? I've built my business on Instagram, but now going to try on here. Leanne, do you want to let us know what your business is? I think, obviously, with being on Instagram, TikTok is quite different to Instagram, but there are a lot of crossovers as well. So if you're posting reels currently, you'll definitely be able to give TikTok a go. But I would say just start posting. You know, don't be waiting around. If you start posting now, the more that you practice and the more you post, you do learn as you go. So start posting, create maybe 3 or 4 different topics that you want to prioritize. Oh, I sell home interiors, which I showcase in my home. Yeah, so perfect. Definitely will work on TikTok. Maybe think, yeah, as I was saying, think of a few different topics that you want to consistently talk about. So that could be homeware hacks, must-haves for your kitchen, you know, different things that your audience would like, and then create content on those. Maybe post a month worth of content, and after that month, look at your analytics, find what's worked best, and recreate those better performing videos. And yeah, just trial and error, really. But if you've got a following on Instagram, you will be able to kind of bring that over to TikTok, you know, link your TikTok on your Instagram, bring all those followers over, and things like that. Mother Cup of Tea said, what type of content works well for your sales, videos or lives? I think that's for you, Daisy. So that was one of our questions as well. Obviously the lives, a bit of an issue, but I'll let you talk about that.
Okay, so whilst TikTok has a lot of power, it has too much. So we've had our live facility took off us. Genuinely, no idea why. I think I understand now, whilst it's not a reason at all. You see it all over TikTok now. We were just the first in the game that did it. So we did spin the wheel. And this is going back to the beginning of 2021. It was lockdown. We were live and we were spinning the wheel, and we had a few violations, and all of a sudden they took our lives off us and we can't get them back. And when I say I have gone to every extreme, you know, I've got contacts within TikTok that talk to me that have tried to get the ban lifted themselves, and they don't have the power. Lives are amazing, and we should go live every day, and it's probably seen, but we've just created a new page over Christmas that we're going to be pushing, because lives are going to be a big part of our 2023, and unfortunately we've got to do it on a new page. But 100% lives push sales. I mean, if you can go live for 2-3 hours a day, even as you are working, that's what I used to do. So I would be working, even sat on my computer. Ideally for us, you're better in the warehouse where you're packing the orders and you can physically show the items that you're packing. But if I didn't have time to do that, I would prop my phone up as I was on the computer with a little CLICKIN.IT website behind me and just chat to your customers, let them know lives are amazing. And I believe you'll definitely get more sales off lives than you do posts.
100%. Lives are, I think, will be like massive in 2023, especially. I think they'll only grow and grow and grow. Especially like TikTok live shopping, where you can obviously sell the products through the lives as well. But yeah, I think Mother Cup of Tea, Candice, I think you asked a question on one of my videos about live strategy, and I did film a video reply to it. I've just not posted it yet. I recorded it yesterday, so I will post that. But in summary, what I kind of spoke about in that video was making sure that you've got a consistent live kind of schedule. So for us, we go live every Tuesday and Thursday, because everyone knows that we go live every Tuesday and Thursday, that makes me feel accountable that I've got to go live. So having kind of a set day or a set few days to get you into the swing of things and to start being consistent. Obviously, the more you feel comfortable going live, you can kind of do it whenever. But to start, I'd try and get a bit of a schedule going, so you know when you're going to go live. Have an idea of what to talk about, because obviously when it's just you on your own, obviously today it's me and Daisy, but if I was just on my own and I went live without any thought of what I'd be talking about, I'd be thinking, oh, what should I say? You know, why is no one asking questions? You know, the worst thing to do is to be silent and to get stuck. Obviously, if you're working, keep working, have a check, have someone else watching the TikTok, the comments. You know, for Daisy, if Daisy was packaging orders, maybe, is it Charlie, your brother? Yeah, maybe Charlie could be reading out the comments and Daisy could be answering them as she's packaging. So just a way, you know, you need to make sure that you're engaging with the customers whilst you're live. Like Daisy said, talking to the customers, building those connections, building the community. But definitely the way forward in 2023, I think, for generating sales.
100%. And I think it's also, Anna just pointed on it, but if you do get stuck and you don't know what to say, like, it's okay. Be yourself on these lives. Like, yeah. I'll take a phone call. I'll be like, sorry, bear with me. Mom, I'm on live. And they love it. Everyone's commenting, hiya, Mom, how you doing? You know, don't be too afraid that it's got to be prim, it's got to be proper. And it's got to be 100% professional, because whilst we're business owners, we're professional to a level. You know, we're not back in the 90s anymore. We all have our own personality within our business, and work and home lives are a lot more merged than they used to be.
Yeah.
And don't shy away from worrying about, oh, the room I'm in doesn't look professional enough, or I don't talk well enough, or I'm, you know, blah 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 blah. Just be you. And if you're live and somebody walks in, I'll talk to the postman when I'm on live. Like, bear with me, postman's here. You know, you haven't got to worry. Don't even think about it. Just do it. That's my advice. Just go.
Yeah, I agree. And obviously, like, when you are being yourself and you are just chatting and, you know, doing whatever, people enjoy, you know, for whatever reason, people feel invested in people that they watch on TikTok and YouTube and Reels. You know, you get invested into people and you will just watch and chat and comment. So as long as you're talking, chatting, doing something relevant, you know, perfect. So Mother Cup of Tea, that's really helpful, thank you. I need to put some thought into how that will work for me. Yeah, I think just start, like we've said, just start doing it. Obviously, you know, you can do things like package orders, you can do things like games, giveaways, offering live discount codes, you know, kind of try and be creative with it, try and have a laugh with it. But you know, a lot of people, I watch so many lives of people just creating like wax melts and, like, you know, just creating their products, and they're not even talking. They might have a bit of music on the background, but it's just satisfying to watch. So, you know, just going live, showing people who you are, showing people your business, definitely worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And that will build your community quicker if you're live all the time, and you'll notice that your regulars come back on your lives and they're there every time you go live. Morning, how are you? And your community will grow 10 times quicker if you are doing lives.
Yeah, 100%. So my next question was, tell us some of the struggles that you face with TikTok, but I think we've kind of covered that. So we've had obviously taken the live ban, we've had, you know, not always knowing how to create the content. Is there anything else that you've struggled with, or any advice that you could give to people about those topics?
No, I would say that's it. Obviously, you know, we got our live facility took off us. That was the biggest struggle that we've had and the biggest frustration. But other than that, it's just, as you said, it's staying on top of the trends and knowing what to post. That's where I struggle. And some tips I learned from you, Anna, I still use to this day. So a tip that Anna taught me when we spoke last year was, if I'm scrolling of an evening and I hear a trending sound, to just click on the sound and video the bloody wall, but save it as a draft. And I do that now.
I always do it.
Honestly, it's like a bit of game changer for me. So even in my social time, I'm like, okay, save that sound for later. And I think that way I naturally learn the trends more because they're just saved in my drafts. And then when I go to do content on that week, I've got a sound there and I'm like, okay, perfect.
Exactly, yeah.
So there is ways to stay on top of the trends. You don't have, I think people fear, like a lot of people approach me and they want to talk about how we've done it. And I think people fear just starting.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. You're never going to be a TikTok pro. I'm far from it. I never will be. But we're just ourselves. Just do you. Just start.
Leanne said, how can you tell that a sound is a trending sound? So usually when you scroll on the For You page, you'll hear the same sounds over and over again. Odds are this is probably a trending sound. But in order to check, if you tap the record icon at the bottom right hand corner with the sound icon on, if you tap that and have a look at the most recent videos, probably the top 6 videos, if they've been posted in the last week or so and the engagement is high, they've got a lot of views, they've got a lot of likes, comments, things like that, that is kind of classed as a trending sound. Usually they've probably got over, you know, they're getting up towards the 10,000 videos under that sound mark and higher. So if you see a trend that might have been posted in the last few days, a sound that's been posted in the last few days, and it's growing, it might only have 300 views, but loads of engagement. If you use that sound, it's probably going to become a trend. So if you find any early ones, make sure that you get on them quick. So, you know, a sound doesn't always have to be trending as well, which is a big kind of, you know, everyone needs to hear that, because a lot of people think they need to use loads of trending sounds and every sound they use has got to be a trend, but it's just not the case. You know, obviously having a few trends in your strategy, or, you know, each week I'll make sure that we post a few trends, but I'll also make sure that I'm recording a video maybe with no sound or with an instrumental background music, and I'm sharing, you know, tips and tricks relevant to our niche. And, you know, Daisy's posting her packaging videos where she's doing a voiceover. That isn't always necessarily a trending sound in the background. So, you know, obviously trends are good. They're great for brand awareness. They're great for, you know, having those shorter metrics, maybe some higher views, some more engagement. But you need to be also incorporating other content styles into your strategy as well.
And I think just on that, Anna, one app that's worked for me is Trend Talk.
Yeah.
So if you're not a scroller and you don't scroll through to naturally find the trends, there's an app, and I think it's £3 a week, and it's called Trend Talk, and it literally country by country lists you the most trending sounds, which I've got on my phone just for ease. You literally click on it, use the sound, and you're on TikTok. So that's definitely an app if you don't have time to look.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I think there's also a free website as well called Talkboard. I've not used it recently, so I don't know if it's still going, but that's a kind of, you know, a free version of that as well, where they just post sounds. They'll update their website, and each day is updated with what sounds are rising, what sounds are dropping, so you can see what's going to become a sound, and you can try and use that as soon as possible. For those that don't know as well, we also send 3 trends every Monday. 3 trends once a week every Monday. So, you know, there are loads of different ways that you can find trends if you don't want to scroll and try and, you know, rip your hair up trying to find them. You're right. Thanks. Rachel's just going to say, just tilt the phone down a little bit.
Oh, bless her. Oh, they've got you. Do they all watch you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, I think just Rachel's on today. When people aren't busy, someone will watch just to make sure everything's running smoothly. Rachel's a moderator as well, so if we ever get the hate comments, Rachel can just delete them. Because you wouldn't believe how many hate comments me and Callum get on our lives, you know.
Yeah. Why?
Like appearance ones, like not about like obviously people that are not, you know, businesses wanting to grow their TikTok. Somehow they found us on live, and that we've got one person that comes in every Thursday on a different account commenting the same hate comment to Callum on a different account. That he literally makes new accounts just to do it, and me and Callum just, I don't understand how people have the time. But that's another thing, you know, we still go live every week. We don't let it bother us. We have a laugh about it. Obviously, hate is something that you get on social media. You know, pretty much regardless who you are, what you do, you're often going to get some sort of comment that you don't like. But just remember that these people are just sat behind their screens with nothing else, you know, nothing else to do. So don't take it personally.
And I think it's okay to have boundaries. So I have boundaries. I will take all the stick in the world about the business. I will not take appearance stick.
Yeah.
And I literally block them. You don't need the followers, guys. Like, I don't give a shit if I block 1,000 followers a day. If you start commenting on the appearance of myself or anyone here in the business, you're gone. So set your boundaries. Don't allow it to happen. I look at the comment. It was my 30th birthday last year. Anna, the stick I got about how I look 40 and 50. And I'm like, well, obviously I don't. But, you know, I actually replied to 2 of them. And I'm like, are you serious? Do you genuinely believe this? Like,
people are just so rude.
And I just block them. Set your boundaries. Just because you're putting yourself out there on social media, you don't have to take this hate. And I think people think, oh, it's part and parcel. No, it's not. Don't accept it. As soon as you get the comment, delete the comment and block the person. That's what I do. I let them give stick about the business because you're always going to get that. But there's no need for anybody to give hate on the way people look.
No, 100%. And we've got a client who is like within the period niche, and obviously they do get a lot of controversial comments and, you know, hateful comments because it, you know, for some reason it is controversial. I don't know why. It really shouldn't be. It's in literally 2023, but they get so many comments off, you know, loads of different people, and you know, they were like, what should we do? Should we keep the comments on for the engagement side? And I said, if any comment is, you know, upsetting you or isn't nice to hear, you don't need that engagement. You know, you're going to get engagement elsewhere. You know, delete them. But, you know, obviously if it's something that you can elaborate on and you can share, you know, educate people on, fine. You know, do, like, you know, you replying to the people about the business, sharing the price things. You know, if it can help other people and it can shed light on a situation, fine. But if something's actually offensive or, you know, isn't nice, you really don't need that engagement. No. You can just delete.
And you don't need a follower either. I'd much rather have less followers, but they're all be, you know, motivating and kind to each other. As cliche as that sounds, you don't do it nowadays, do you? I do think it's getting better, Anna. I mean, obviously not for you. That's a bit ropey. But compared to where we were 2 years ago in the midst of lockdown, I do see the hate, touch wood, getting better.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get any on our actual videos. It's literally just the odd. Well, it's every Thursday, really, for this same account. We block it every time, and it creates a new one. It's so strange. But
apart from that, just to have a look.
Hi, Gary. Thanks for joining. We missed another one. Hi, Penelope, as well from Greece. Lovely. I know. I wish. I post about traveling Greece, how to start attracting collaborations. By collaborations, what type of thing do you mean? Like, you know, are you a business? Are you an influencer? User-generated content? Who would you want to be attracting to do collabs with? Gary, I miss the trolls on my lives. You can take some of ours, Gary, if you want. Monica said, should we do so many hashtags? So with hashtags, I've actually just recorded a video that will be probably going up today or tomorrow. But I typically, Daisy, you can input in a sec as well and tell everyone what you do. But I tend to use between like 5 to 10 hashtags, a mix of highly saturated hashtags. So that could be like hashtag small biz tips, which might have 1 billion views. And then a hashtag that could be TikTok growth tips for small businesses, which might have 500,000 views. And, you know, there's difference in that saturation. You know, one has got a lot less, but might be more relevant to the specific content that I'm posting. And those hashtags with the higher views kind of tell TikTok, this is who I want to attract with my content. This is what I post about. You know, if you're a candle company and you post hashtag candle, it tells TikTok, right, they are posting about candle. So it makes it really easy to get in front of your target market. So that's kind of how I do it and how I'd recommend. But TikTok SEO as a whole is really important. So just making sure that you're using keywords, key phrases, things that you know that your audience will be searching on Google for, will be searching on TikTok for. You know, the more you're incorporating keywords into your content. So not just hashtags, but your captions, your text on screen, the things that you're speaking in your videos, you know, voiceovers, everything. Try and incorporate keywords that your target market search.
Yeah. And I think it's just remembering, as you said, only use a couple of the big ones.
Yeah.
You know, that was a tip I got from you, which I've seen a massive difference in, because if you're putting hashtag candle, so are a million other people today. Video 9 times out of 10 sit at the bottom of that and never go anywhere. Whereas if you're putting hashtag candles in Middlesbrough, or I don't know, whatever, but if you're making that market much smaller, you've got a much higher chance of that hashtag being up there. No, it's good to have big ones, as you said. But I've never had a viral video on hashtags.
No, well, that's another point. So hashtags won't kind of make you go viral. They don't actually impact your growth as such. They just, well, to an extent, I guess they help TikTok put your content in front of the right people. And that's kind of as much as I'd rely on hashtags. So just to get the content in front of the right people. The quality of the video has then got to attract that person to watch the content. You know what I mean? And
TikTok is so clever nowadays, isn't it? I mean, I don't care what they say. They're listening to what you're saying on the video. They're looking at the sound you've posted. They're reading the on-screen text, and they're deciding who to put it in front of those 3 things. So it's always good to have them, but much more important is what you're saying, what your text says, and what your sound is, because 100%. TikTok listen and hear.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Penelope, hotels. So I would just start creating content about the hotels, restaurants, things like that you want to collaborate with. Create content in those places or about those places. Tag them, post them on TikTok. Try and kind of get your brand out there a little bit in the first few weeks. And then if you want to actually work with people and collaborate with them, messaging them, you know, saying, hi, love your hotel, stayed in it last week. Here's a few videos I've got. Do you want to do any sort of like collaborations with this? You know, just kind of reaching out to people and making a list of the hotels or things like that you want to collaborate with, and then just finding contact details for them and going for it, reaching out to them. Luna said, hey guys, sorry I've missed you guys already talking about it, but do you have any tips for how regular we should be posting? I'm an independent biz. So posting frequencies, you know, you hear so many people say you need to post 3 times a day or you won't grow, and that is a lie, really. You know, you can post 1 video and go viral. So it's not really about the growth side of things. Obviously, the more you're putting out there, the more potential you've got to get more potential customers, more brand awareness. So, you know, posting as much as you can without feeling burnout, or, you know, don't obviously jeopardize other things in your life just to post a TikTok. I'd always try and be consistent with 3 times a week. See how you get on with that. If you can do more, great, do more. But I think my minimum really would be 3 times a week, mainly just so that you can get consistent with the posting. Obviously, the more that you're creating content, the better you get at it. So, yeah.
There's no secret, is there, Anna, that the more you post, the quicker you do grow. If you're forgetting about the things that go viral at the moment, but engagement wise and community wise, the more you post, the quicker your followers will slowly add up and your community will come. You know, so if you do change that 3 times a week and then all of a sudden go to twice a day, you will naturally notice
100%,
your followers slowly start to creep up more. It's just having the time to do it as I know.
And the more that you are posting, like, you know, we do post 3 times a day, but that's because my job is TikTok. So, you know, it'd be silly not to. On a Monday, my entire Monday is creating content.
Yeah.
So I post 3 times a day, and I know that when I post once a day, the growth is slower. You know, people often comment on my videos. If I know that I've stopped posting 3 times a day, I've done once a day because I've got loads of clients, things to do. People comment and say, "Oh, I've not seen you on our For You page in ages," because you don't get pushed out as much, obviously, if you're not posting as much as you once were. So the more that you post, the more people recognize your face on the For You page, the more people feel inclined to watch your videos, the customer connection builds, the community builds, the followers grow. So posting more will get quicker growth, but you don't have to post 3 times a day. You can post, you know, whatever's doable for you, basically, is what I'd say.
Yeah. Anna, talk to me. Question from me. Talk to me about timings. I've got my own opinion on this, and I'm really intrigued to hear yours.
Okay.
How much does it matter the time that you post a video?
I don't think it does.
No, I'm with you. I thought it gets me a little bit. I for so many people, you'll read online, Luna, post at 10 a.m. Look at your settings of when your followers are most live and post an hour before.
I don't think it's true. I think maybe for different platforms that were once chronological, Instagram, for example, you know, people are probably going to be on Instagram more so in the evening when they've got back from work, things like that. Strategically thinking, potentially. TikTok is so random, the order that it comes through. You know, I could post a video each hour on the hour. It doesn't matter which one I post, the best quality is going to do better. You know, the video that's better will perform the best, in my opinion. So I never worry about posting times. I'll have a think, you know, if I want to attract people in the UK, I'm obviously going to be posting in our daytime. I'm not going to be posting at 3 a.m. because that's going to attract other people. But, you know, as a whole, I really don't think it's a huge indicator on your performance.
I don't think so. I did just a mini social media course before I started this business, and one thing I was told was to look out for timings of postings, and I was reminded never to post on the school run time, right? So it's been something that's just been in my brain for years.
Yeah.
And that video that went viral, because I didn't even think about it, it was bang in the middle of school run time, and I'd never posted at that time because it had been ingrained in me not to. But because I just thought it was a crap video, I just posted it without looking at the time, and then that proved to me then, like, you know, I don't believe there's any timings. Naturally, I do think the evening ones, if it's a good video, I think I would save my best video to an evening personally. But again, I don't know if that's probably just ingrained in me as well. It's probably,
and also like people say like you need to post at 6 p.m, 12 p.m on a Tuesday. Like, that's such a lie. Like, you're lying. You're only saying that to make yourself sound like you know things.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's actually not the case. And just do what works for you. I know that I post in the morning around 8 or 9. I post about midday 1ish, and I post in the evening because I post 3 times a day. I spread it out. That just works for me, and I like how it works, and it's more about the consistency. But I'm not thinking, oh my god, it's 6 o'clock, I forgot to post my TikTok, I'm not gonna get the views now, because it's not the case.
No.
But yeah, Luna said, I luckily had one viral video but didn't grow as much as I would have liked, so definitely will be. Yeah, I mean, if you do have a viral video as a small business owner as well, think about how you can be strategic about that. What are your pinned videos? Are they converting people? Are they driving people to your website? Are they driving people to join your newsletter? You know, have an incentive. Make sure that your profile is ready for the day that you do go viral, so that you're actually converting people to become a customer instead of just getting those views for no reason. So having a bit of a think about a strategy behind that as well. Thanks for all the free tips. Hi from Costa Rica. Hello.
Hi.
Wow, all these people joining. So Dave, we've got 10 minutes left, so I've just got a couple more questions. So obviously, Queen of Packaging Orders. For those that do packaging videos, what would you say the best tip for that is?
I've naturally got OCD. So a comment that I get all the time that people love is when I'm putting boxes into orders, they're naturally symmetrical and they're slotted in nicely. You'll see people pack it on TikTok and they just go in the box. I place it properly and nicely because I have OCD. But definitely, I think as long as you've got to show your product. You want to be showing your product. So as you're packaging it, I naturally lift the product up to the camera before it goes into the box, because when I do my voiceover, I talk through every product that's gone in the box. I thank the customer for the order. People love the fact that they might be able to order from you and you will pack their order live on a video. So I will always start with my video with Anna. Thank you so much for placing an order. We really appreciate it. Let's have a look at what you've got. And just give that personable touch to the person that's been and placed the order. Then showcase your products, because from Anna placing an order, I will also get 3 other people placing an order because they like what Anna brought. So make sure I mean, you'll listen to my videos and I ramble. I'm like, they've had this, they've had this, they've had this, because I must have done hundreds of thousands of it. But you know, voiceovers now you can start and stop. So if you're just beginning and there's a lot of products going in the box, you redo it at the beginning. You ask it, God's sake, I did this or did this, and now I naturally do one. So it's just practice, but showcase your products whilst giving that personable touch to the person that you're filming for.
Yeah. And other than packaging videos, what other kind of content styles do you do?
So picking. So rather than packing that into the box, picking from our shelves, they do really well. Don't do enough of that. Don't do enough of anything. They do really well. And then the other ones that do really well is when we're having a mess around. So sometimes Charlie and I will come in and we're just in a really daft mood. And, you know, we'll film each other. The World Cup was out and we did a video jumping all over the desk because we all got excited. And we filmed it and I put it on TikTok and it went mad. So just showing you and your business and who you are. People love unit tours. They love to see where you make the products, where you pack the products. They want to see what the environment is that you work within. So definitely I show them around and, you know, show them us as much as I can and as much of our business as I can.
Yeah, amazing. How do you come up with your content ideas? Have you got any like specific way about that, or do you just kind of think as they come, you'll do them?
I think it's got to be outside the box thinking, hasn't it? So naturally, I now use TikTok of an evening. I love it. So as I'm scrolling, and I'll see, you know, everybody's seen at the minute on a boat. Yeah, everyone's seen that one. Yeah. Yeah. As I come across something that I'm continuing to see, i.e., it's trending, how can I relate that to my business? Yeah. And I'll save the sound as Anna taught me, and I'll like tomorrow. I'm on a boat off to America to get the inputs to sell. Yeah, I can relate it. So it's just looking at what's trending and scrolling is where I get it. And I'll see somebody do something and I'll think that relates to us. We can do it. That is honestly where I get my trends from.
That's like a key point as well. So when you are when you do find a trend, you need to relate it to your business. You know, people sometimes forget to do that. Love Writing Co, who was on at the beginning, not sure if she's still there, but they were one of our first clients, and they did a video. You know, we'd had our strategy call and I said, you need to be doing trends, but we need to make them about pencils because that's what they sell. So, you know, how can we make trends about pencils? Let's think. And they created videos of all the trending sounds at the time, and they'd write the lyrics with the pencil and they'd go through the lyric and they'd blow up. They would get like 1 million views because it was educating people on that trend but still showing off their pencil, you know. So thinking outside the box, how can we apply this trend to our products, to our business, to our community?
Yeah.
Do you use a TikTok shop? I don't think you do, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Anna, we do. We approached a long time ago. The girl's amazing. Have I done it yet? No. Because our live isn't, TikTok shop's amazing and I should be tagging my products too. You'll get more sales if you do it. There's no problem. We're personally not doing it yet, just because our infrastructure wasn't there to do it. But that's why we're employing this year somebody to assist us with the content, because they will take that side over from us.
Are you going to set TikTok shop up on your live account?
No, so the TikTok shop will be on the Clicking It one, but the live will just sell those products per se. So it will be on the main account until we've obviously grown the live account. But 100% you'll sell more if you do it. We should be doing it. We have got a couple of products on there. We don't push them. And if I'm being really honest, a really boring answer, but the reason that we haven't pushed it yet is because the stock management side of things is really difficult for us. We've got a stock management system that tells me the stock that I can't link to TikTok shop. So how am I, if I sell 5 products on TikTok shop and 5 on my warehouse, I've oversold. So we had to take some time to work on the infrastructure to make sure we can manage the stock, which is a really boring answer. But we're there, and we've got adverts out to get somebody in to help us grow it.
Amazing. And you say boring answer, but I'm sure loads of businesses can relate to that. So it's definitely a good one. Right, okay, last question. I think we've covered, my only other questions were how do you use TikTok to drive traffic and generate sales, but I think we've kind of covered that. I think for you it's creating that community, replying to the comments and packaging their orders, and have you got anything else that you'd say?
No, 100% going back to the point, just build yourself a community and be authentic. Honestly, I can't stress authenticity enough. Yeah,
perfect. So we've now got to end the live, a quick fire round. So we've got a few questions and you just need to answer dead simple, quick answer basically. They're not hard, don't worry. Okay. Number 1, favourite editing app for TikToks?
CapCut.
Podcast or book you would recommend?
Stephen Bartlett.
Love it. Favourite TikTok trend?
It's got to be the dog sound because I went viral on it. It's got to be.
Instagram or TikTok?
TikTok.
Fab. Number 1 tip for TikTok growth?
Be yourself.
Love it. And lastly, 1 piece of advice for any small business, non-TikTok related, so just in general.
Just do it. Stop thinking about it. Stop worrying about if the maths add up. If you're passionate about something and you genuinely want to do it, just do it. The only reason I do this is because I am passionate about what we do.
Yeah.
And that's why we started. Just go for it. Don't let anything put you off. Just start and you'll look back. There's never a right time to start. You know how people say there's never a right time to have kids? There's never a right time to start your own business. You've got to leave a job. You're leaving yourself, vulnerable financially. Don't worry about it. If you're passionate and you want to do it, take the leap for sure. Best thing I ever did.
Oh, love it. Love that. So thank you all for watching. If anyone has got any final questions, you can pop them in the chat now. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and a massive thanks to Daisy. Loved having you on. Love having a little catch up because obviously last time we spoke was a year ago. But yeah, you've given some fab tips. Love how we spoke about making sure that you're authentic, being yourself on TikTok, not always worrying about what people say or think or comment, and just being you. And that's allowed you to grow to 150,000 followers. So hopefully everyone has been able to take Hopefully everyone has been able to take some tips away from this. And for those that joined late or are just joining now, we will post this video on YouTube as well, so you can catch up.
Hi, Anna, I'm going to interject. If you haven't had, I'm going to push you here. I had a strategy call with Anna last year, and honestly, I've already related some of the tips she said to me a year ago. Clearly, I'm still using them. So for you guys commenting, if you are unsure, it's 100% worth jumping on a strategy call with Anna, and she'll give you some nuggets to really, really help you. For now and for the future, a year down the line, I'm still using many of Anna's tips. So definitely jump on a call with Anna.
No, thank you.
That's okay.
And everyone, if you want some sweets, buy them from Daisy.
With people.
All right, I think that's all the questions then, so we will get going. But thanks so much, Daisy, and thanks everyone.
Have a lovely day, guys. See you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.